The latest episode was starting. Mark sat at the television, watching, waiting. Bob came on the screen like he always did. The smile he gave the world once seemed carefree and kindly to him, but Mark could now only see the inner smugness in his teeth, the way his eyes shifted around in their sockets, the glee of somebody getting away with murder. It had occurred to Mark that he may have gone mad, but therapy could wait. He was onto something. He knew it. Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and welcome to another episode of The Joy of Painting. Now today we're going to try something a little different, but don't worry. Mark sneered to himself at the line, eyes darting over to the walls of his home. They were covered in photographs, pictures from the show, some from behind the scenes. Police reports were stacked on his desk, missing person reports to be exact. Hundreds of interviews from terrified parents and concerned spouses looking for their family and friends, desperately hoping for any update, unaware that they would never see them again. Because of him. Bob was applying the first few strokes to the canvas, but Mark was lost in thought, lost in his hatred for the smug murderer on the screen. The nice guy persona didn't faze him a bit nowadays. He had initially made the connection by accident. A photograph of the crime scene was featured in the daily paper, and Mark had the feeling he'd seen it before. And just like that, a side-by-side comparison made it obvious. Bob had painted the scene of the crime, down to the individual trees. And he'd painted it on television. On television, in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers. He turned his attention back to the screen. Bob was working on the foreground, carefully applying a shade of dark green. Any beauty the image might once have held was gone. Instead, a single question remained. Who was buried there? Mark didn't realize it until the episode was almost done. Bob was meticulously placing the branches on a single tree in the background. A strange tree that was split down the middle. With a start, Mark got to his feet and ran to the window, looking out at his backyard. And in his backyard was a single tree, split down the middle. Bob's voice spoke from the television in the living room. Well, that's it for this episode. I made this painting for a dear friend that I haven't seen in a while. It's going to be so great to give it to him in person.